So the Minnesota Lynx just added what I believe is a very, very important piece for this team. And it's Tiara McCowan. And it's one of these things where I think the player that she has been in her career up to this point has been okay. The game changed from under her. And obviously, look, there have been chemistry issues with her. If there's any chemistry issues, Cheryl Reeve will cut her tomorrow. Like this is one of those like Becky Hammond type signings where it's like, okay, yeah, you've had chemistry issues elsewhere. There's been issues. None of your issues are basketball related. Okay, yeah, we'll take you. We'll take you. Instead of saying, you know what, it's like we believe in our culture. And it's one of the things that I like about the likes of Becky Hammond, Cheryl Reeves. Like we believe in our culture that even if you are somebody that has had a bit of a reputation, for your career, we don't mind. We're confident enough that our culture will outweigh any of the reputational kind of negative stuff about you. And Becky Hammond obviously is the same with the Aces. Like they have taken players that have been deemed, I'm not going to say like cancers other than Kennedy Carter. And I'm not even going to agree that Kennedy Carter is a cancer, but I'm saying she's been deemed a cancer by a lot of teams. So I'll always say it's like you've got Tiara McCowan now, and you've got these teams that are confident enough in their culture that they're going to do whatever. And I think that just shows again their confidence in themselves. And they just added a 6'7" giant who actually plays 6'7". She's huge, slow as fuck. But I'm sorry, like all she has to do is set screens and roll to the basket, and Olivia Miles will get her 10 points a game. Like Olivia Miles is one of the best half-court point guards in the league. She's absolutely one of the best half-court point guards. Like I understand like her assist to turnover ratio isn't the greatest. I understand her assist totals aren't what you would think they would be for somebody that dominates the ball as much as she does and runs as many pick and rolls. But like, this is a team that she does get a lot of hockey assists. This is a team that doesn't score the most amount of points, albeit they cooked Atlanta yesterday. But it's one of those things where you're in a situation where your stats are never going to look good. When you're playing with Cheryl Reeve, your stats aren't going to look good unless you're Fee Collier. Like Fee is an exception. Why? Because she might be the best damn player in the world. A healthy Fee could be better than AJ Wilson, and I'm going to be real. Until Fee got hurt, most people were of that belief, or at least 50% of people were of that belief. Like what Nafise Collier was doing, like Fee was second in the league in scoring, and up until she got injured, was leading the league in scoring on 50, 40, 90 for a 34-win team, or a 35-win team. They lost 9 games. Like the fact she didn't win MVP is beyond me. Like imagine being all defense. Imagine being all defense, second in the league in scoring, the first ever 50, 40, 90 since the second ever 50, 40, 90 after Lena Deladon, for the best team in the league, and you don't win MVP. But yeah, look, I'm going to be real. I think this McCowan signing is a good thing for Minnesota because Reeve will just make her work. She's a lane clogger and lazy on defense. Yeah, she just won't play then. She just won't play. Like, the team does not currently employ a center. The team does not currently employ a center. I'm being real here. They don't employ a center. So at least now, like, when it comes to their size, if they're coming up against a Washington and they're struggling, they can deploy a big. Again, like, I don't feel like she's going to be a key contributor. But I do feel like there's going to be 5 games a year where it's better to have her than not have her. And the thing is that when Dorka comes back, I also think signing her means that Dorka's probably more injured than we think. Because had she not been hurt, like I thought when they cut Hoff, that it meant that Dorka was coming back, and all of a sudden they signed McCown. So I'm like, yeah, Dorka's nowhere close to being back. Like when they sign Dorka, things might change, but still, like I feel like she's a better last player off the bench than having Hamzova. Like I don't think Hamzova's bad, but like better suited towards being a dev player. Even though I did like her in preseason. Yeah, it is. It is one of those things where like this is now a player that she better not come over, play around, play defense, run, cut, play out. I don't think she's gonna play much. That being said, she's not as good as Cardoso, but a hell of a lot better than Hoff. Hoff was terrible. Hoff was legitimately terrible. Hoff missed a layup to win the first game of the year. You'd be way out in front if Hoff just could make it in like 3 seconds, let a layup up. She got blocked by Angel Reese. And Cheryl Reeve is the one coach that I'm like, okay, she's gonna figure it out. If Cheryl Hauser playing like 23 again, like 2023 Tiara McCown the way. Like Tiara McCown was like this close to being an all-star. Like she averaged like 14 and 10. She averaged double-double for a season. She is very, very close to like she was very close to being an all-star at one stage. And now it is it's a situation where you're not going to get an all-star out of her. But like, look, you revive Natasha Howard's career, you can revive Tiara McCown's career. Natasha Howard was also on those teams with Tiara McCown in Dallas. And then like I thought Natasha Howard was okay in Indiana. But like people thought 700K was an overpay, and now she's as of if the season ended today, Natasha Howard would be on all WNBA first team if the season ended today. So what? She's going to turn Tiara McCown into a solid bench player who, look, she's not coming to Minnesota to not. It's funny. It's like I always say, people will go to Indiana to redeem their reputation in terms of getting eyes on them. As in Natasha Howard did that. It didn't work out fully, but I think in terms of recognition, she got it. And Maisha Hines-Allen's doing it this year. Or some people might go to the Lynx in a similar way to the way they go to the Aces, or in a similar way to back in the day they used to go to the Warriors. Like we don't forget, like we all forget. But like even in the NBA, if you're talking about the Golden State Warriors, the Golden State Warriors signed players that were deemed to be like not quite Tiara McCown bad, but they were deemed to be like lost causes. They brought in JaVale McGee. They brought in fucking Nick Young, and they became contributors, not key contributors. And you look at some of the players like fucking Pat McCaw, Quinn Cook, that were like key contributors on those Warriors teams what were winning, and they leave and they're nothing. So sometimes if your culture is good enough, you can get by it all. I think the Minnesota Lynx are confident their culture is good enough.